Welcome to the show. You are on the
Yo, yo, yo.
podcast, LFX Media. We
Welcome.
welcome our viewers and listeners on our Facebook page, on our LFX Media YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment on our own platform, lfxmedia.live. What's shaking out there, good brother?
Not too much, brother. Blessed Sunday, slow motion. Ready to tap in, get into it with my guy like we love to do. Looking at had some good playoff action this weekend.
We did.
Even a little bit of XFL action this weekend. So,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
all good.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that a little later, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up losing 11-26 to
Yeah, I wasn't happy
Arlington.
about that. I wasn't happy about that at all.
Nah, Arlington.
They was like 4-7 this year. Come on, man.
Yeah, yeah. I was at the game representing LFX Media.
Appreciate it.
They did the Roughnecks didn't have that dog in them. When it comes to playoff time to play, um, hold no bars. Like you got to go for that long pass. I saw a few third and threes that they decided to pass. You got to punch them in the mouth. You got to get down. You got to get your ground game to the point where they can't stop me on the ground. You feel me?
Well, it is.
They were very conservative, and they
It
got
showed in the score.
yeah,
It showed
yeah,
in the score.
and they didn't beat. It was 11-26. It was a lot of opportunities to score, but it was just like, you didn't have that dog in you. That's what it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta dig deep, man. You gotta dig deep. And I'm trying to give, all our any sports that come to the city, I try to give them a shot.
Oh
So
yeah,
Roughnecks, you had a solid year. Uh,
for sure.
build on it and get better, man.
Oh, without a doubt. They actually, the media people, they actually shamed me because I had on my Houston Oilers gear.
I really ran that by.
So,
I mean, I
so,
can't be
so,
mad at them. They say shit. Don't be still flirting with your old babe when you pull up on me. Shit.
oh nah, it's classic.
Hey,
It's
for
classic.
the city one time.
For the city, broski, you see the skyline.
You know it. You know it.
Yeah. So, before we get into the historic Heat versus Knicks rivalry, what I want to do is address the bear in the room. Can we
Let's talk
address the
about it.
bear in the room?
King James version. You see the vibes. You see the
Yeah.
vibes, man. That's my guy, man. Hey, but you know what? In all honesty, I'm gonna just keep it real with you. I'm not even gonna shit on the Grizzlies too much today, right? Because I
No,
knew it
no,
was
no.
gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. I'm not mad at them. I feel like they really was just unfortunate to have to see this new revamp Lakers team when they
Mm-hmm.
seen them because uh I do have the Lakers winning the West, and it's
Okay.
because the team that they are currently is is not the team that everybody got to play against all year. You know what I mean? This team is really literally only about 2 months old, 2 3 months old,
Yes, sir.
and they're the best team since they've been formulated. They're the best team in the league.
And
So
shout out to the others. Shout out to the
yeah,
others. This ain't even all about LeBron. Shout out to the others that the Lake Show has built into a contender. Shout out to these guys.
yes, sir. Definitely shout out to others, man. I'm big fans of the. Okay, I think I got a delivery. Hold on. Yeah, big
Okay.
fans of all of the others, the pieces that they acquired. Man, I'm a big fan. I think it's largely under. How you doing, love? It's all right. Underappreciated, man. What they actually
Hmm.
provide.
Yep. And speaking of LeBron and this topic we're talking about, the historic neat the Knicks versus the Heat rivalry.
Hmm.
We're gonna go through the top 10 games in this New York Knicks rivalry with the Heat, and LeBron actually made number six, the 2011 Heat versus the 2011 Knicks, with Melo and LeBron facing each other. So we're going to get into that as we pod, but
That's epic
definitely,
in itself too, bro. Man. Shoot, I'm a big Melo fan. That's my favorite Nick. That's the best. The ones that I was able to see in my era. You feel what I'm saying? So I remember that. Them coming
yeah,
in together. Early questions, folks was usually so. Folks was they'll never admit it now. I don't think, but maybe they will if they really die
hmm
hard. But a lot of cats was telling me that Melo was better than Bron. And I thought they was,
yeah,
a little inebriated. You feel me? I felt like, they might have been drunk.
yeah.
Or,
They probably
at
had a
the
fever.
time.
Yeah, they probably had a
Yeah,
fever.
wasn't feeling the best, a little under the weather. So,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna judge, but I do remember. I
Hmm.
do remember.
Indeed.
But
Let's run
I
the
was
play.
that's what you got?
Let's run the play. Now, when we talking neats, I keep calling neats. Uh, Hicks, neats. No, Knicks versus the Heat. When we talk
Yeah,
about Knicks
yeah.
versus the Heat, this is the big man beast to the East. Both of these guys came from the Georgetown Hoyas,
Yes, sir.
and the rivalry. Um, the rivalry really goes back to Pat Riley. I mean, if you really want to look at it, you know,
It has to go back that far, You can't
yeah,
shortchange
yeah.
it.
You want to tap in on that real quick? What happened
Yeah,
there?
man. It was a little before my time, but what I do know that I looked into was
Right,
that
right.
it definitely jumped off with Pat Riley unexpectedly leaving the Knicks from being the head coach. Uh, I want to say they said the reason was that he gave at the time was due to personnel control. He wanted to control his personnel more.
He wanted more stocks
And
in the team.
yeah, I guess, he
Hmm.
had his feelings about it. And it resulted in him heading on out. Not even 3 months later, or about 3 months later, becoming the head coach and president of the Miami Heat.
Wow,
And
what a come up.
what a come up, right? And
Hmm.
fast forward 20 plus years, almost 30 years later, is when Pat
Right,
Riley ended up getting that championship. So
right. That's
there
what it's
you
all
have it.
about, right there.
What they say, the rest is history.
That's what it's all about. And I want to give a shout out to my man T Mace,
Hmm.
Anthony Mason, R.I.P. He passed away in 2015. He had a heart attack.
Yeah,
I actually got to meet T Mace in Atlanta, and the T Mace that in the mix, he was just that. He surpassed the line in the comedy club, and I caught him like, let me get a picture real quick. I was trying to adjust the camera. He said, "Bro, you taking too long. I got to get in here." Yes, R.I.P. to T Mace. They mix it up, but we're gonna go ahead and get into the top 10 games in this rivalry. I'm gonna run it down for you real quick.
what
So
you got?
number 10 on the list is the Miami Heat versus the New York Knicks. Um, this is actually March 15th, 2005. We had Dwayne Wade who put a dagger in the heart of the Knicks in '05. Now that's your boy right there. I see you
That's my
let the
boy.
head ring. let their head ring. In
Go
March
on, put it on him.
2005, when the Heat were playing the Knicks, Miami was looking to accomplish two firsts, become the first to reach 50 wins that season and become the first Eastern Conference team to win two double-digit winning streaks in the same season, 95-96 Chicago Bulls. And thanks to D Wade, they did just that. With 14 seconds remaining and the game tied at 96, Wade, guarded by rookie Trevor Ariza, uh, on an isolation play, Wade continuously dribbled back and forth before stepping back for a long two and draining the shot at a time as time expired, though Ariza's hands was right in his face.
Well
Very,
defended, Ariza. This is not a
very.
shot at you, Trevor.
No, no, not at all. He was I mean, turned. I mean, that was his rookie season. Turned out to have a great career.
Oh, without doubt, without a doubt.
That was
Underappreciated, probably largely.
for sure, and that was number 10. So let's go to number 9. The number 9 game in that series, April 12th, 1998. They called the Easter Bunny isn't so kind to the Knicks. What they said. So what happened was, it's Easter Sunday, 1998. Knicks trailed the Heat by 1 point with just less than 5 seconds to play in the ball at half. They were inbounding at half court. Now the Knicks power forward Terry Cummings, who was a beast on them boards, man. If you wasn't around for this round of play, Terry Cummings was a beast on the boards. And matter of fact, Milwaukee, he's better known for a player at Milwaukee, but just happened to be at the Knicks at this time. So uh, the ref, however, ruled that the shot took place after the buzzer. This was a buzzer winner that Allen Houston had hit, but the ref said no. So they replayed it. Van Gundy, Van Gundy, he protested, but later on, they just gave the Heat the win. So number 8 on that list, February 28th, 09, D Wade again goes off in the fourth quarter. uh, your boy. Um, this
Much
was just a
love.
this was just a regular season game, but it still made the top 10 of the rivalry. It's just a regular season game, but it wasn't regular for D Wade because he dropped it on him in the fourth quarter. So you know, so though just a regular season game between the two, uh, they weren't going anywhere either one. The contest would go down as the the annals of Knicks Heat history because of the man formerly known as Flash, D Wade. For the first two quarters, the Knicks had controlled the entire game, leading the Heat by 16 points at half. Then Wade went crazy.
My God.
despite despite receiving a bloody lip at the hands of Danilo Gallinari and being pushed down to the ground by Al Harrington, another great Georgetown Hoya that played for the Knicks.
Hmm.
Wade still managed to drop a whopping 24 points in the fourth quarter alone.
And just before.
We'll, we'll let that stand right there. So
You
we
ain't
go
gotta say
on.
too much more about that.
Yeah, we're going on to number 7, May 14th, 1997. Now, this probably, in my mind, me watching the Knicks and the Heat, this is probably the most pivotal game in that rivalry and the most memorable to me because it ended in a brawl. I mean, they brawled several times, but this was May 14th, 97, where PJ Brown and Charlie Ward they went from balling to brawling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they rumbled. So 2 years after Pat Riley bolted from New York, and we discussed the reason that he left. He went to Miami Heat. He made the Knicks uh, in the second round of the playoffs. He met with the Knicks. So the Knicks, they jumped out to a 3-1 series lead. Now pay attention. They're up by 3-1 in this lead series. Now, game 5, Heat power forward PJ Brown body slammed Charlie Ward. He earthed him. I seen this.
I've
they they
seen him do it
they wrestling for a rebound, and he picked up the ball and Charlie and slammed him to the earth.
to the earth.
Great basketball, guys.
Slammed him to the earth.
Slammed him to the earth. Yeah. Yeah.
God damn.
So a massive melee breaks out and resulting in the suspension of several Knicks. That you had Patrick Ewing, Allen Houston, John Starks, and Larry Johnson. So the Heat went on to win Game 5, as well as Game 6 and Game 7, because those guys were absent.
They
So
missed all 3 games.
all 3 games.
That's a tough titty.
And they said that this was a plot by Pat Riley to go out there and get them suspended. That's what they said. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
bro. That's wild.
if you wasn't around for this type of basketball, bro, it just by me telling you this, it gives you where my mind is at in this league, how cotton candy, guys is falling down and I don't feel, I'm hurt. I don't want you know what I'm saying?
I'm out for 2 months.
This is the basketball that I know and used to and loved it. So let's go to number 6. We actually have Melo and Braun facing each other in 2011, and actually Melo won. So let me so while we're going through this, I'm gonna go ahead and freeze frame and say from 1997 to 2000, the Knicks faced the Heat in the playoffs 4 years straight, with the Knicks winning 3 and the Heat winning 1 out of those 4 straight years of playoffs. So this rivalry that we're about to watch in 1 hour, I'm giving you the play on how it came to be this type of rivalry, and
Mhm.
you'll hear it. The broadcasters and media will be talking about it when the game starts. We talking about it now. We talk about it right now. So shout out to our Facebook subscribers and friends, followers. Shout out to the YouTube crowd, subscribers, LFX Media, our
For sure,
platform.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah, we gave it to you
Much
first.
love.
We gave it to you first. So again, that rivalry, um, we got to number 6. That's Melo actually won against Braun in 2011. So we're gonna go ahead because I just want to get through this. April 25th, 1999, the number 5 um, game on the rivalry, comeback of all comebacks. Now it was a late regular season game in 1999, so this is regular season, but it still made the top 10 of the rivalries. So this showed you how they was really banging. You know,
Hmm.
we talk
Hmm.
about playoffs, but we just talking about banging. You know what I'm saying? So it's a late regular season game in 1999. The Heat were absolutely putting it on the Knicks, leading by a whopping 20 points late in the third quarter. But New York staged a furious comeback, eventually tying the game 77-77 after LJ nailed a three-pointer just 56 seconds left. Just 17 seconds later, Miami Tim Hardaway, the crossover guys. If you ain't you know about that heat with Tim Hardaway, go back on YouTube and check out Tim
Mr. Anthony. Yes, sir. Definitely, 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 definitely. Tapping in on that one. If you don't know, go fill yourself in on that.
Yes, sir. We're back. We're back to you,
Back to
Cheetah.
you, Cheetah. Real
uh,
deal. Back to you.
back to you, Cheetah. We go. That's an inside joke. We'll show y'all that weather report. But Marcus Camby, UMass great that was with the Knicks, solid dude. Um, he played a big role in that game. Number 4 game, May 20th, 2000, Heat blow a huge lead to give the Knicks new life, and that's
Mm.
2000. Um, Back
Yes,
to you,
sir.
Cheetah. Yeah. So I'm gonna go all the way down to number 1, May 16th, 1999. Allen Houston, we don't have a problem. This is in '99. Now, up until 1999, only one 8 seed had ever defeated a number 1 seed in the first round of the NBA playoff. Now, notice the phrase until 1999, though. Okay.
Well,
In the first round of '99 NBA playoffs, the Knicks, the number 8 seed, uh, took the Heat, the number 1 seed, to the fifth and final game of the series. Now, the game was a defensive struggle from start to finish, but it will always be remembered because of one guy, Allen Houston. With the Knicks down by 1 point at the end of the regulation, Houston drove the basket and hit a running one hander that bounced awkwardly a few times before going through the rim. Point 0.8 seconds left. The basket gave the Knicks 78-77 win and the NBA just second 8. This is the second time an 8 seed upset a 1 seed in league history. So there we have it with the rivalry, the top 10, and brings us to right now, uh, coming into the Garden with such a momentum. Uh, Julius Randle, he's not playing, is he?
no. They actually just released a report not too long ago that says he is assumed to be out for the night. Um, he did a little bit of warming up. He was out. He was out on the court pre-game, shooting around, doing a little bit of misdirection, change of direction, uh, in and out, trying to change the pace to try to aggravate it and activate it, I guess, in a way to see if he could take any kind of extra strain on it. But from the looks of it, he will be sitting out tonight. Uh, Also, we don't know what Joel Embiid's status is. Joel Embiid, last time they checked, was moving slow and gingerly on his injury as well. So, look like the East gonna be missing two of the more prominent post players for these two new series that's gonna kick off. And I will say this: I think that with the Knicks, it's still a door open for them to win if they were to lose Randall for an extended period, because the Heat themselves are also already kind of nicked up themselves. So it's kind of, I ain't gonna say level in the playing field, but it's definitely kind of gonna be both of them working through injuries for sure, for sure. Um, and then you also have the unfortunate situation of what's gonna be going on in Boston if they can't get Philly to, or if Philly can't get Joel Embiid back. That's gonna be another series that I feel is gonna be a going through the motions type of series.
Yes, sir. We got a few people on our comment, like, subscribe. I see y'all in the building. Say something.
Show what's going down, y'all. We in this thing.
Yes, sir.
How y'all feeling? What y'all want to talk about? Talk to me.
Yeah. What are your takes on who gonna win the East? Who gonna win the West? The performance that we've been seeing from Joker. I mean, you feel like arguing about the MVP right now, or you good
If
on?
that's what you want to do, bro, you want to choose violence today, bro, we could do that, bro.
Nah, we ain't
We could
going.
do that. How
Nah,
you
we.
feel about Brunson, man? What Brunson done did for New York since he done got out that way? I, I
Before
think this. I think it's a story I guess they did touch on it slightly on how
they
not
did.
smart how not smart Dallas was to let him just go basically, and not sign him. And you see,
Oh
Your
yeah,
boy
yeah,
over there struggling, looking for somebody as consistent as he is.
yeah. A lot of times, when you look at the stats of a player, there's certain players that light the wick that explodes the whole the arena, the players, the bench. He's that wick. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
And speaking of wicks, I think I got a. Do I got a picture of John Wick in here?
I think another weak player, a player similar to what you're describing right there, is that is your boy out there in Denver.
This guy right here?
Uh,
Nah,
no,
not,
uh,
nah.
no, your boy out there in Denver, who's finally back in the playoffs for the first time after a lot of injuries.
Yeah,
Uh, with your joke, Murray is playing at a crazy level right now, and
yeah.
Phoenix is in trouble for real, for real. They
That
they
is
they
nothing
depth
but truth.
they depth lack of depth was there, and them trying to check Murray with
Mm-hmm.
who's that point guard? I can't think of his name, but it's chop liver.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he can't do nothing with him. He
Nah,
can't do nothing with him.
nah. It's definitely what we're seeing in the West. Uh, the Nuggets have come equipped. You know, they got a bench, they got a strong five, and I would honestly, I would like to see LeBron come out of the West, but my pick is Denver coming out of the West. You know, I'll say that. You
I
know,
can respect that. I can respect that for sure.
hmm
Like I say, that's definitely my Western Conference Finals is
yeah,
gonna be Denver and LA. And like I
hmm
say, I think either one of the teams that win today, uh, they gonna lose when they go against LeBron and them just because they don't have enough post presence. And oh yeah, that's that cat named Shamit. They was trying to check Murray with Shamit. Shamit is getting shellacked.
God
He
shame it.
he need some help. That
Yeah,
man needs some milk.
yeah, that's
They
not going.
stand him up.
Yeah, that's not going to look well in the end.
No, that's gonna only lead to only averaging a 30 ball
Hmm
if they try. But that points back to my original point of why
hmm
I really don't have a lot of faith in what Phoenix can accomplish this year, and it's because they too top heavy. They got to get them role players. Same way I felt about the Lakers. I'm not talking about them any different than I felt about the Lakers before
Right.
the acquisition of the pieces now that give them the depth that makes me feel like they are a true contender. That's
hmm
where Phoenix lies now. Y'all sit at the top with elite pieces and Booker and elite pieces and KD. And you got a elite mind and Chris Paul with a little older body. So it's like, hey, you
hmm
still got some work, I think, before you can look at that team and say that all around they are ready to truly, truly compete. Because even if, like this last game, the starters have a moderately decent game, it's not enough because they got to be super special for them to win because they were super special last series. Booker and KD putting up major record breaking numbers as a pair, but they was not blowing the Celtics out either. That's what folks got to
hmm
remember. Those weren't blowout victories. Those were historic performances, but squeak by wins.
Right. Well, let's talk about the Miami Heat and let's talk about the others. We know what buckets brings to the table. Let's talk about the others and what the Heat has to do to surpass the Knicks.
Well, I think Jimmy got to be Jimmy,
Yeah, we
and
gonna have that. We know we
yeah,
got that. He gonna
Jimmy got to
drop
be
buckets.
Jimmy. And I think it's going to be incumbent upon Bam to try to take advantage of the lack of you know, presence in West McCall not being there. That's his matchup. And
Hmm
you gotta go ahead and dive in and say, hey, I'm gonna make it known that they all gonna bring in. I think Obi Toppin is homie name. They come in behind them. So Obi Toppin probably gonna get his first playoff start today. They say, but
Mm-hmm.
whoever's behind them, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta, it's gonna be your others. Basically, if you Miami, you was gonna have to be the others before because you lost Tyler Hero, who on the team which isn't super offensively inclined in Miami. He was a
Mm-hmm.
20 point per night um
Guaranteed.
contributor to your team. So it's gonna have to be a joint effort regardless. Now this right here opens the door for y'all to have them losing the 20 plus point per night cat of their own. So hey, all right, 20. I think, yeah, I forget what Western College averaged this year, but I think it was around 20 as well, give or take. You know what I'm saying? So you got two cats that's kind of canceling out offensive contribution. I
Mm-hmm.
think the Knicks will be hurt a little bit more because of the defensive contributions that you might have gotten from their player that you wasn't gonna necessarily get from Hero, but you know that Randall brought some effort on the defensive side as well that they'll be having to replace. So hey, we'll see how it work out. They both kind of come in gimpy, a little limping, and
Right.
it's gonna take special players being special and uh your others kind of Bronson. What you gonna do? If you finna take that step and be like, I'm really really one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, I really ain't looking for nothing else from you other than just can you do it again? Can you put another feather in your cap? You already done showed me enough to know where I solidify you at as far
Mm-hmm.
as what your potential is, playoff time, big games, clutch gene, coming through big. I know your natural limitations that make you not an all time great, right?
Mm-hmm.
Natural limitations. You're not quite as big as this one. You're not quite as athletic as that one. You know what I'm saying? You're not. That's gonna just be what the special physical talents that folks get. But as far as dog and big moments saying that I'm gonna wheel my team to victory no matter what, like I say, he's already kind of established himself for me. So it's just like, let's see how far can it take you. Because unfortunately, I don't see it being able to get you a ring this year, even with as special as your efforts have been. And it's not because of you, again, as it's really never been, in my opinion. It's just that you have never had the situation or the scenario around you that made me feel like if you go be special, you have the others that's going to be able to come with you and get on your back and take some of that load off and get you where you need to be. You haven't had that. But if you want that, come to LA. Lakers, that
Okay.
is.
Yeah, I wish that the other two of our four horsemen was here because one being an avid Heat fan and the other being an avid Knicks fan. Shout out to Rastic, Hollywood Rastic. He's working on a short film. Uh, Knicks fan and Jordan lover. So
Yeah, definitely.
oxymoron. He's an oxymoron.
Right.
Respectfully. And then we have the Custom Beat King actually performing in Harlem yesterday in New York. Wasn't able
Salute.
to be with us.
Salute to the
Heat,
homie, man.
Heat fan to the core. So we miss you guys on the pod. We had to hold it down, the two horsemen. But
Yeah.
we may do a follow up after the game. You
No
know,
doubt about it. Like I say, man, we up and
uh,
at it today, bro. We up and active.
see if the guys
So,
is available. Definitely, my pick is no bueno. He is not going to go into the Garden and win. So I got the Knicks winning that whole series
yeah.
because the momentum, the MSG stardom, the wick that Brunson has lit. I got the momentum for the Knicks winning this whole series.
I'm not mad at it. Only reason I can't just wholeheartedly get behind it yet is I got to see what the health of Randall looking like because that's a large
Mm,
uh winning a game or two without Randall, without question.
Yeah,
If
but
the Miami Heat with Eric Spoelstra, as great of a coach as I regard him as, has
yes,
the opportunity to analyze a team missing such a key cog in what they normally do, and then being able to use what he has to kind of maneuver and exploit what weaknesses that may open up. I don't know, man. I look at Eric Spo as, like I say, the best coach currently in the game, and if you give him that type of a crack in your armor, niche in your armor, I could see him exploiting it, banging at that weakness until it really becomes something that you just, goddamn, we got to do something. So I don't know, but I can't say that I don't, because like you say, those elements of momentum, those elements of how are you playing right now, who's hot right now, those elements play a factor. So hey, I'm excited to see it, but if you're gonna put me on the spot and make me pick, um, I know Tyler Hero gone.
hmm
I think Randall coming back. So with me thinking Randall coming back, I would rock with Miami. I mean, I would rock with um New York. But if Randall is compromised for any extended period of time, I am going to go with Miami.
yeah. And speaking of Miami and Spoelstra, shout out to Spoelstra. 2 rings, 5 appearances. No coach of the year.
Not one.
Mm.
I
But
don't agree personally, but hey, who knows? To each his own.
nah, nah. I mean, he set some for his country. He set some records. You know.
Oh yeah, he get love out there. Ain't no question about that. We spoke on that not too long ago as well. You
hmm
know, they come on, man. He he getting all the love that way.
Yeah, but his record as a coach. I mean, um,
Impeccable.
yeah, I think he's like 60% when
Come
it.
on, man.
Yeah,
And not all of those, and that's what you gotta remember, folks. With him, a
and
lot of
over
his early,
500 in the
yeah,
playoffs.
yeah, yeah. And a lot of his knock was that he came into the LeBron D Wade, Chris Bosh,
Yeah.
uh, the situation, and of course you're gonna be winning in those years. But what folks
Mhm.
kind of have allowed to mention a little less, with a little less volume, is the amount of victory he's seeing without any of those big names over there. How he's consistently had them in contentions to really compete with
True.
players that nobody regards as highly as LeBron, D Wade, or Chris Bosh. Honestly, like I
Yeah.
don't know if any of the players he have currently outside of
No comparison.
yeah, outside of Jimmy can compare to even Chris Bosh. You
No
know,
comparison.
honestly.
And
So
then I had to put some respect on Spoelstra's name because I felt like he was a puppet coach in the hands of LeBron and D Wade. That's what I felt.
right, yeah, a lot of folks felt
But
like that.
14 seasons, 660 and 453 at a point 59.3. So at 60% wins overall. One
What
of
can
the
you
greatest
say?
coaches to have done it.
You just gotta call a spade with that one, man, it ain't stopped after LeBron. Now, like I say,
Uh,
he's been to the finals against LeBron.
yes.
You feel me? Since
hmm
he left, and then all things considered, if he had a little more help on this team this year, I think the young Bulls in Boston is going to be far too much for either one of these teams to deal with because I'm already looking past Philly for those guys. I think it's going to be too much for them to deal with, and I think it's going to be Boston returning to the finals again. But
Now,
I do think, huh?
are you looking past Philly because the absence of the MIP, the most
Yes.
improved player of the league? Is
How
that
you improve from 30 points to 30 points, bro? I don't understand. I don't understand. He was 30. It was
Well,
32 last year.
I I don't know. I go with, I take bites out of whole, 2, 3 seasons in
Not
consecutive.
for a season
My
award.
my bad for looking at his whole no triple double playoff career
Come on, bro. Why he got to get a triple double to be
against Steph
solidified?
Curry. Well, we'll
Jordan
see.
didn't get triple doubles like that. They don't knock Jordan like that for not getting triple dubs. He wasn't no triple dub monster.
Value to your team, rebounds, assists,
He
points.
got boards. He a double monster. He getting points
Okay,
and boards all day. He just ain't the triple double cat that's
so he's
hitting you with the
Draymond
no
then.
lookers and stuff. That ain't
He's
his
double
game.
double king. He's Draymond, double double king. Nah,
He say Draymond. Come on, Brody.
yeah, he's
We
Draymond.
better than that, man. You ain't gotta be like that, Brody. That's a little tough on my man right there, bro.
No,
He
but
can't get.
is that the reason you blowing past him without
Yeah,
him?
I will admit though that that is pretty much the whole sole reason because without him, even with him, I'm picking him to win, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
without him, I'm not even really trying to waste a lot of my time trying to. Oh, how can they figure out this or figure out? No, it's not gonna happen. Like you're not gonna beat these cats.
So it's just the Celtics, period, coming out of the East for you.
Yeah, that's it at this point right here, especially with the, like I say, not that I'm just trying to disrespect the Knicks or or disrespect the Heat in any way, but both of y'all are missing major pieces. They nicked up, and even if they wasn't nicked up,
Mm,
just by way of record, you wouldn't have been the favorite party against the Celtics.
mm.
And going now, looking at it being hurt, and you wasn't favored from jump, just on the pure talent standpoint. I'm just pretty much looking to see, in my opinion, what this West gonna unfold like.
Okay, without a doubt. So there you have it. There's the rollout. I gave my pick actually. Denver coming out of the West, Celtics coming out of the East, and overall, let's say that happened. Who would you pick out of Denver and Denver and Celtics in the championship game? Who you got and why?
I picked the Celtics because partially, I'll be honest, I picked the Celtics to win at the beginning of the year this year. Picked that them to go back.
Right.
I picked them to defend it and
Same
win.
here. Same here.
So that's part of it. But secondly, because I feel like defensively, the Celtics would have answers for the best pieces in Denver.
Hmm.
And I don't feel the Joker poses enough threat defensively uh, down low to be a true defensive anchor.
Hmm.
And I feel like it would allow the Celtics, who are so much bigger, they long, outside of the Joker, of course, who's a big, definitely a big target, but the length of a Brown, the length of a Tatum, uh, a Robinson, um, you know, Malcolm Brogdon off the bench. Uh, just I feel like it's a lot of weapons over there, and that they play so well both ways of the ball. And the Joker might have a really, really good series. This is not to say he's gonna go out there and get stopped or shut out in any way, but I think that defensively they'll be able to throw enough bodies at him to negate his effect to a degree enough to where Tatum and Brown can do what they do. And I don't think they're gonna have a problem getting off against them.
Respectfully, respectfully. I think because we plan on touching on like a another pod with the other four horsemen when they tap in. If so, I think we should end it here and
For
go
sure.
ahead
Yeah.
and plan on giving lacing our audience with another pod later on if possible.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir. So definitely. Thank you guys for coming out for this Knicks Heat rivalry brawl. Coming in a few minutes. What, we got like 30 minutes to tip off?
Yes, sir. 30 minutes till we see who's gonna jump this thing off with a dub.
Right. And if Pat was here, he would say, let's get to it and stick to it. and
Indeed.
if Rasik was here, he would say, you know the vibe.
Yeah. Facts, facts.
Yes, sir. Shout out to our the other two men out of our four horsemen. I'm Paji Carter, reporting from LFX Media, along with Anthony the Great.
It's your boy, man. Thank y'all for coming out. Much love. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all allowing us to do what we love and to share with you for sure.
Yes, sir. So if you didn't know, now you know. We will see you on the next show.